Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and just wanted to do this little video. This coming off of the yesterday when I watched the Godzilla '98 movie, and was really pissed at that movie and how shitty it was, and it's as bad as people say it is. So after I watched the movie, I did my review, uploaded the review, and after I uploaded the review, I was online. And I got more pissed because one of my favorite shows of this TV season, the 2013 to 2014 season, was canceled. And normally I don't do these types of topics of, shows getting renewed, coming back next season, and shows that, are canceled for this TV season. But just wanted to talk about this because it was one of my favorite shows of this TV season, and I really loved it. And it was The Tomorrow People. And this was a remake of the British series of the same name, which aired in the mid-70s on British television. And they also did a remake in the early 90s, which also aired on British television, but it was aired here in the U.S. on Nickelodeon. And I haven't seen those two, the original show and the remake. But Tomorrow People, this show is basically about people who develops abilities, and in the series they said, they gave it the 3 T's, which was telepathy, teleportation, and telekinesis. And it follows the main character of Stephen Jameson, played by Robbie Amell, and he's the cousin of Stephen Amell, who plays Oliver Queen, aka the Arrow, on the TV show Arrow, which I also really love. And Robbie Amell was also in the Nickelodeon series True Jackson VP. He played Greg Proops' nephew, and he was always working in the mailroom. But basically, he gets Stephen Jameson, played by Robbie Amell, gets voices in his head, and he experiences his abilities, his powers, and he hears a voice from this girl named Kara, and he's taken to this lair where these people called the Tomorrow People are, and the lair was like in a sort of abandoned subway tunnel, and they basically hide in that lair from this organization called Ultra, and they hide from the people who work at Ultra, because Ultra is an organization where they hunt down these people with these abilities, these powers, and they neutralize them and kill them and take away their powers. So basically the whole series is them on the run from Ultra and hiding out from them in this lair. And that's basically the premise to the show, and I may do a TV review of the series at some point and explain more and go into the characters. But this was a good show. I really loved it. 2 of my friends also loved the show, and one of them, I showed him yesterday that the show got canceled, and he was also mad like me. But it was a show that came on Wednesday nights after Arrow, and it was like I said, it was a good show. And I just couldn't wait for Wednesday nights to come, because you had Arrow first, and you watched that episode of Arrow and you're all excited. It was a good episode. And then you watched The Tomorrow People, which also was good too. And I know when the show started, the first episode was good, but then the second episode to the mid-season were kind of slow, and then it started to pick up really good. and sadly they moved it from Wednesday nights. The CW moved it from Wednesdays to Mondays at 9 o'clock in March, and that kind of gave me a fact that the show was going to get canceled. But it did good in the ratings when it started, and then it kind of started going down. Like, it got like a 0.5, which for CW levels is pretty good. If it dropped to like a 4, like a 0.4, 0.3, or 0.2, that's cancellation right there. I mean, a 0.4 is so-so. It could mean like a chance of renewal. But yeah, but kind of spelled doom for the show when they moved it to Mondays, because there's a lot of shows that air on Mondays. But yeah, so Tomorrow People was a good show. I'm gonna miss it, and it wasn't perfect or a great show by any means. But but one thing that pissed me off about this is the CW did not renew this show, but they decided to renew Beauty and the Beast, which I haven't watched that show, and I saw promos of it, and it looks like a shitty show with what's her name, Kristen Kirk, who was in Smallville, who played played Lana. Yeah, she played Lana in Smallville. And that show the Beauty and the Beast show, from the promos, it looks shitty. But the CW renews that show. When I saw that, people said that show has not been doing good in the ratings. And it had like a 0.3, 0.2 in the ratings. Which, that's bad. That's cancellation right there. So they renew that show, but they can't renew the Tomorrow People that was doing good in the ratings, not great, but they renew Beauty and the Beast with crappy ratings like that, which is ridiculous. And a lot of people, I know people like me, and a lot of people who watch the Tomorrow People are pissed off at that. There was people raging about that show getting renewed over our show, The Tomorrow People, which me and a few other people, or a lot of people liked. And it was just blowing up yesterday in the comments, from what I saw on the website. Normally I go to tvbythenumbers.com, and I saw like a lot of people pretty mad about that, about the show getting canceled, and the CW obviously renewing Beauty and the Beast over the Tomorrow People, which the Tomorrow People had potential. Like the last episode, with the season finale episode, or the series finale episode that aired on Monday, was good, and the one thing that sucked about it is they ended it on the cliffhanger. And I hate shows when they get canceled and they leave it on, they open it, they do it on the cliffhanger, and you don't even get to know what will happen next because the network cancels it. But the Tomorrow People, like I said, it was a good show. I loved it, and I'm gonna miss it. But like I said, it wasn't perfect or great. It had its problems, but it was a good show all around. In my opinion, it was a good remake, even though I haven't seen the original series that it was based on, or the remake from the 90s. So yeah, so it's very sad that the show was canceled, because I was really hoping that it would get a second season, because it showed its potential to be a good series. So, but that's not going to happen now. So, and they had all these these things, if they had all these ideas planned out for season 2, and that's not going to happen. From what I read, they had all these plans for season 2, but it's not going to happen, like I said. So, that's it for this video. Would like to hear what your opinions on the show was. If you watched the Tomorrow People, leave your comments down here, and would like to hear what your thoughts on the show was. If you watched it, if you watched the show all the way through to its series finale episode that aired on Monday. Hopefully, sometime they get to do a movie, like finish off of what's going to happen next after that series finale episode. But eventually, they're probably not going to do it. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and those are my thoughts on the Tomorrow People getting canceled by the CW. But like I said, hopefully I'll like to hear you all what you thought of the show if you watched it. So that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you all later.